In the previous class, we gone through how to identify the canonical collection of items, LR0 items. What is the meaning of canonical collection of LR0 items? The canonical collection of LR0 items are identifying as till a specific time. What is the input already seen, and with the help of the dot operator, whatever on the left hand side of the dot operator indicates the input till that particular time process, and the items on the right side of the dot operator is indicating the input currently processing or the next input currently processing, or based on the particular input item what you are doing or what the compiler action is taking. That is the meaning. Left side already processed, right side currently processing. That is the meaning of this particular canonical collection of items. Based on the canonical collection of items, we are identifying each and every state of the parser. So, for example, for the given small class S, S bar derives S and S derives AA, and EA derives dot EA terminal A and non-terminal A or terminal B. These are small given grammar. The first step, we are doing the adding the augmented production. This is called as the augmented production. We are using the augmented production to indicate when to stop. Okay. After adding the augmented production or augment production, we are getting out the required grammar. We are calling it as augmented grammar. From the augmented grammar, we are identifying various states of the particular grammar. These are various states. So this is the grammar initially before starting this particular parsing operation. What it indicating is on S, the production can go to some other condition or state. On terminal A, also we can process and we can go to some other state. On terminal A also we can process and we can go to the some other state. So this is the we are initial state. We are calling the initial state as I0. Then onwards we are calling each and every state as I1, I2, I3, I4, I5 like this. Okay. In what way we are doing this processing? Initially, based on the we are identifying the I0 from I0. If the input is S, okay, what is the output? Okay. Similarly, initially, the always starting process production is S dot S dash derives dot S or S, because the S is here. Right, immediately right side of that operator for the first production is S. We are taking it as initial production. So based on the given grammar, if right side is the S immediately, then we are also selecting the S production. So S derives dot A. Immediately the whatever the production it is identified, immediately after the dot operator, we are having A. We are having a production with the A also. So we included that production also. Okay. After getting this production, immediately after dot operator, we got terminal A also. Okay, na? But for terminal A, we are not having any production. But only thing is, non-terminal A, we are having the two productions. We are including the two productions. Like immediately after dot, we are having the terminal B. On terminal B, we are not having any production. So we are feeling this particular I0 is the initial state of the given parser. So how you are reaching from initial S to S, S to A to this one, all these are we can call it as even epsilon production. Okay, right. So this is the I0 production. based on immediately using the first dot operator. Based on the dot operator, we got the first production based on S. As after dot S is there, we included the S production. In the S production, after dot A is there, so we included the A production. From the A production, we included two A productions. Here in the A productions, there is no non-terminal after dot operator, so we stopped here. Next, I1, we are getting the I1 from the productions in the I0. Okay, if you are given the I0, if you are the input is S, then we are reaching to the SC shifted from S from the left side to the right side. After this particular thing, after this dot operator, nothing is there. So we are concluding that we reached the end of this particular production, so that we can stop. Similarly, on I0, if you are giving the A, we are reaching the production. Previously, the dot operator is before this dot, it is reaching the AA. Now, after getting this particular dot after here also, after dot operator, we are having A. So we included the A productions, okay, so that it finishes the I2 state. If you're in the I2 state, if this is the I2 state, if you are giving the input A, okay, we are reaching to the A dot A production. We can call it as I3. On I2 state, if you are giving the B, after B this particular thing, A it goes to A minus B dot. We are calling it as I4. Okay. Similarly, in the I3 state is nothing but on I0, if you are giving the A, we are reaching this particular thing. Okay. So after dot operator A is there, so we include the A production. Similarly, on I3, if you are giving the A input, that means we are shifting this particular dot left side to the A to the right side A. After shifting this particular thing, A, automatically we are also getting A productions. These productions, whatever we are getting, is nothing but I3. Similarly, on I3, if you are given the transition is on B state, B is shifting from left to right. It is nothing but I4. Okay, so these are the I4, I5 productions. Okay, I6 production based on like this we derived last class. Finally, we are getting all these particular states. Okay, we are representing this using the state transition diagram or DFA diagram. So whatever we are getting on the I0, we retain in this circle. Similarly, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6. Then the transitions are based on if on S from the I0 we got I1. So this we linked this to under S. Similarly, on A we reached I2. Similarly, on terminal A we reached I3. Similarly, on terminal B we reached I4. Okay. Now the thing is here once again from I1 there is nothing is there after this dot operator, so there is no more transition. We can call it as the accept state. From I2 we are having in this particular thing after dot A is there, here also after dot B is there, after dot A is there. So we need 3 outgoing arrows. Okay. So on A it is reaching I5, on B we are reaching I4, on A we reach I3. Similarly from I3 on A we reached once again I3. That is the thing we written as same as I3, I4 like. Okay. Similarly on non-terminal A we reach I6. Here when in case of I5 and I6 after dot operators nothing is there, so we can say that operations are terminated here. Operations are terminated here. Okay. But after this of these things, so we identified this as the accepting state. We identified it as accepting state. Right. So till in the last class, I stopped at this particular stage. How you created this DFA diagram. Okay. Then we need to create the parser diagram. We'll see this particular diagram. What are the conditions we are considering in doing this parser diagram? Okay. So if you are identifying Sparser diagram. The rows are indicating the states I0 to I6, whatever the number of states we can derive from previous canonical collections. All these are the canonical collections are nothing but states. The states we are representing as rows. Then we identified there is a two-part action based on the previously explained shift reduced parser or general LR parser diagram. Okay, working based on the shift reduced conditions. Okay, so the entries here, if you are identifying basically, the entries here is representing that whatever the entry starting with S indicates shift operation. Whatever the entries indicating starting with the R is indicating reduce. We are also having shifting or reducing simply moving to the other state is called as go to. Here the conditions if you are identifying simply is nothing but if the transition is okay based on uh, if the transition is based on a terminal, if the transition is based on a terminal, then we are calling it as a shift to move. Okay, if the transition is on terminal, small case letters are even that terminator symbol dollar, we call it as a terminal symbol. Okay, if the transition is based on terminal symbol, it simply goes to the shift operator. It simply goes to the shift operator. Or if the transition is based on a variable or non-terminal, a variable is nothing but non-terminal. If the state is going to the other state or transition from one state to the other state based on variable, which is nothing but non-terminal, then we are calling it as a move. Move is nothing but go to. Move is nothing but go to. Okay. If the transition is on terminal symbol, small a, small b, dollar, वगैरह वगैरह, we are calling it as a shift move. If the transition is based on variable or non-terminal, that is capital A, capital B, capital C like this, or capital S, it is nothing but go to state, okay, or move state, okay, go to state. Move is simply moving without shifting or reducing, simply moving to the other state, okay, right. If the state contains the final item, if the state, any particular state contains final item in the particular row, if the state contains final item in a particular row, what it means is if any state contain at the end dot operator, okay, in any production, if any production contains, dot operator at end of the particular production, then we are calling it as the final state. So we are getting the final state in I1, I5, I6, I4. Okay, I2 is not having any production. We are dot at the end. I3 is not having any production at the end. I0 is not having any production at the end. But I1, I4, I5, I6, these productions are having dot operator. These productions are having dot operator at the end. What it is indicating is the process only move to the end of the given string. So these are final states are accepting states. Okay. Only thing is if the dot operator at the end of the S itself, we are calling it as the final one. Okay. Accepting state. This is accepting. These are the final states. Right. If the any particular state I0 to at the I7 or I6, if any canonical collection state contains dot operator at end of any production, then we are calling it as the final state, final item. Then in particular case, we write reduce node, reduce. We call it as reduce. Okay, right. So what is the meaning of these productions are indicating? These are the reducer. Okay, shift based on the terminals, go to based on the non-terminals. If any state contains dot operator, we call it as a reduce. Okay, right. So here a little bit explanation. On I0, if you are giving S, it is going to S1. So we are writing as 1 under this row I0 and column S as 1. Similarly on I0, on A, it is going to the state 2. That is the reason we return 2 here. Similarly on I0, if you are given terminal A, we are moving to the state 3. Uh, 3. But on terminal, so we return as shift. Okay, S3. On B, we are moving to the state 4, but on terminal, that is the reason we return here as S4. In the S1 state, I1 state, we are having the dot operator at the end. That is the reason here we return as accept. Okay, on return accept. Similarly, when come to the I4, I5, I6, all these states are containing dot operator at the rightmost production. Okay, that is the reason we return the reduction. We return as reduction R3, R1, R2, whatever it may be. Okay, but the thing is how you return as R3, R1, R2. So for doing this particular thing, we given each and every production a number. We given each and every production where the dot operator is containing as a dot operator. Okay, if the dot operator is at the end of this S derives AA, because S derives or S bar derives S, we already given as accept. If the dot operator is at the end of S derives AA, let we call it as 1. If the dot operator is at the end of terminal A and non-terminal A, that means the second production A derives AA, then we are calling it as 2. And if the dot operator is at the end of A derives B, that means right side of this production, we are calling it as 3. Okay, based on which production, it contains the dot operator. Okay, we are calling it as accept, and we are calling it as reduction 1, we are calling it as reduction 2, we are calling it as reduction 3. We given a number for these 3. This is accept, we call it as 1, we call it as 2, we call it as 3. The same thing we write in this diagram R1, R2, R3. So on I4 we reach the R3, on I5 we reach the R1, on I6 we reach the R2. This is the way we return this part, the parser table. So in the examination, generally be careful. We are getting the question based on preparing this parsing table only. If the parsing table is correct, we are getting the full marks. Only thing is the explanation little bit to take use the marks. Other thing is how you are preparing the canonical collection of items. Then the transition diagram is having marks. The splitting of marks is for the table. The splitting of the marks is for this particular table. Then for this diagram, and this for canonical collection of items and the explanation. Okay, be careful. This is the completion of the last class. Particular thing how you have created this particular table canonical collection of items. Right. Okay. After this particular thing, now once again we'll come back to the today's one more table. Okay. Be careful. We'll go slowly, and the main thing is you need to understand how you are creating each and every specific type of those tables. Now, the previous is LR parser table, simply based on the principle of shift reduce conditions. Now, later this particular thing, after preparing this canonical collection of items, I told you we are having the 3 different types of the LR parsers. First thing we call it as the SLR, and there is LALR, and there is CLR. Okay, we also start the this SLR parser also today. Whatever the number of slides I can cover with comfortably. Okay, without any hesitation, I will complete today. Remaining thing, we will complete the next step also. Right. Now we'll start with the SLR one more parser table. Than the previous shift reducer parser are simple that parser. Right. SLR refers to the simple LR parser. This LR parser is called as simple LR parser. Okay. It is same as LR0 parsing. Whatever I explained you previously. Now today we completed this particular thing. The only difference in preparing this particular LR0 parser and SLR parser is the only way how you are defining parsing table. Okay, constructing a SLR parser table, we use the canonical collection of LR0 items like the previous thing. In the SLR parsing, we place the reduce remove only in the follow of left hand side. What is the one of the difference here is we place the reduce remove, okay, only in the follow of left hand side, only in the follow of left hand side. So left hand side means we are having various non-terminals. We are identifying the follow first and follows we calculated previously. We write this reduced parser than the data based on not based on the data operator. We are identifying based on the follow items of the left hand side of the production, based on the left hand side of the production. Okay, that is the one of the difference between LR0 parser and SLR1 parser. SLR parser. Here, what you are in the previously what we did, wherever you identified in the wherever the state we identified, dot operator end of any production present in the particular state, in the particular thing, we return reduce. The number is given based on the order we given for the production. The order given for the production 1, 2, 3. Here we are writing the reduce step based on the follow terms of the left side of the production. Based on the follow terms, based on the follow terms on the left hand side of the production. Okay, right. Once again, like the previous table, previous LR0 parser, the steps involved in LR parser is for given any input string. Okay, we are identifying the context-free grammars, or the context-free grammar is given and the given the input string also for us. Okay, right. Then we are checking the ambiguity of the grammar. Then we are adding the augmented production or augment production in the given grammar to identify when to stop. Then we are going to create LR0 collection of items. Then we are drawing the DFA diagram. Okay. Then we are constructing the LR1 parser table with the variation of how to identify reduced move. How to identify reduced move. Okay. The last step is change. In the last step, we are identifying the reduced move. We are identifying the reduced move based on follow terms of the left hand side non-terminal. Follow terms for the left hand side non-terminal of the production. Right. So, right. So we are identifying the SLR table construction. The how we created the canonical collection already explained you. Okay. Once again, the steps which you use to construct LR1 table. Right. Hope everybody is connected. Okay. It is showing all participants are connected in the meeting only. I think my system only disconnected. Once again, I reconnected this particular thing. Okay. If you are having any issue, you type in the chat box so that I know whether anybody is having any issue. Right. So, what is the difference between the previous parsing table and this parsing table? The way we are identifying the reducer step. Right. So, if the production is if the production A derives dot A on A projection, it is reaching to the ij state. A derives A dot A. That is the thing I explained you the previously. What that means, what it means, we are having the two states I and ij based on input A. Based on input A, the state is moved from I of I to I of j. Okay, if this is the particular condition, because the transition is based on the transition is based on terminal A in the table, in the given table where we are having the state action go to, we return uh, shift j in the row I of I on the column A. Okay, the S of j is written here because on I of I by giving the terminal symbol A, we move to the state J. Okay, that is the meaning of shift. So that is the meaning of shift. Okay, this is the one more explanation of how you have created the previous table. Right. Next. Now, once again, we are having the two states, but with a different production. A derives dot AB. We are reached based on the non-terminal A. Based on non-terminal A, we reach the state A derives A dot B. The dot operation is shifted from left side of A to right side of the A. Then we are calling it as I of J. If this transition is based on this particular move, then we return on the go to part on A and the I of I row as the number J. Only we are writing as the number, state number only. Here we are writing. Previously we written the number along with the prefix S. Shift means here the only number is sufficient. We are moving from I state to J state. Okay, right. Then if the state is containing the if the state is containing dot operator at the end, if the state is containing dot operator at the end, that means if any production in the particular state containing dot operator at the end, then what we are identifying? We are identifying its follow items. Then we are identifying its follow items. Based on the follow items, we are writing as reduce that particular state number. Okay. So, for example, if you are having the two productions, S derives dot A derives alpha B beta dot. We are giving it as the one reduced one. This for the second as the reduced two. Okay. Uh, Whenever we are identifying this particular S, if we are having any dot operator based on the A dot, then we can give the number 1. If it is for the thing, we can give the number 2. Okay, like similarly, if you are identifying the follow of S, okay, at the end of the particular thing is only dollar sign, because after A nothing is there, because we are having the terminal only. Okay, after this particular thing, generally how you are identifying the follow term, if you are having a beta here, if any non-terminal here, the follow of this particular term is nothing but first of the other non-terminal here. If nothing is there, follow of this particular A is nothing but follow S only. Okay, right. So if you are identifying for this particular A operator, if you are identifying any follow for this A, it is nothing but this terminal A. Okay. Other, if you are identifying for the complete S, it is dollar. If you are okay, right. So for example, here follow of alpha is nothing but first of beta. Okay, first of beta, like that. Okay, right. So based on this particular thing, so for example, in this particular case, we are given the number 2 here. A derives alpha b dot is written as reduced to, we written as reduced to. Okay, for the I of I condition, because in the particular state uh, we are having a we are having the state I of I. In the state I of I, we are having this final production. We are having this final production. The number for this particular final production is this one. Okay, right. Now we will take a grammar, small grammar, and we'll go through this particular thing. We will get a this one. Let the grammar is one more grammar we are identifying here. S derives E, S derives E plus T or T, S derives P into T or F, S derives ID. Okay. We are going to make it into augmented grammar. How we are creating the augmented grammar? We are including a start production as per derives dot s, and we are adding dot operator. We are adding dot operator at the starting of each and every production. So we are having 7 productions here, right? So similarly, we are identifying the closure for this I0. Generally, the closure for I0, it automatically contains all productions in the particular grammar. It contains all productions in the grammar, including this uh, S derives E operator. Okay. So we starting with this particular thing. It is going to include all these productions with all other productions. Okay. Everything becomes I0. Okay. Because from it we are starting S, from S we are starting E. Okay. From E we are getting the T also. From T along with the T production we are getting F production also. From F we are getting the ID production also. So everything together we are getting this particular one. So once we return this is the I0, based on I0 of the thing. In this I0 production, if the input is the moving of this dot operator, in specifically based on E input, E input, okay, these two are qualified for this particular. On I0, E transition, these two productions are qualified. So we are including closure of S derives E, and we are shifting this dot operator after E. For this E derives dot E plus E, we shifted dot to from left side to E to right side to the E. So we are getting these two productions are qualified as I1. Similarly for I2, these two productions are qualified, and dot operator is shifting from left side of the T. Okay. So we are getting the okay. We are getting this particular operator. We are copied here. Similarly, I3. Similarly, I4 is based on ID. Okay. I5 is based once again from I1. We are having the dot operator before plus. Here there is no dot operator, any terminal or non-terminal after dot operator. We are having only one production. Okay, only plus operation is there. The plus is shifted, so automatically it is becoming E derives E plus dot T. Okay, the dot operator is shifted from before plus to after plus. Similarly, we are adding this I5 state. Finally, it contains all these productions. Similarly, from I5, after applying the F operator, okay, that input, it is before this dot after plus is before this F. Now it is after this one. It is looking nothing like I3 only. Similarly, on I5, if you are applying the ID, okay, it is also nothing but like I4. Okay, the same productions here also we are getting. So we are calling it as a same state. Similarly, we are getting the I6. Okay, from I2, we are having this dot operator. Okay, or after applying this dot operator, we are getting the same thing. Actually, I already created this one. One more. Right, these are the states. Okay, not necessary at present. So once again, we are getting the I6, I7, I8. These are the canonical collection of items. Based on the canonical collection of items, whatever we derived from the previous two examples, we are drawn this particular thing. It is indicating all the I0, I1, I2, I3, I8. Okay, and these are the indicating the transitions. Okay, based on the transitions, we return this particular table. Based on this thing, we return this particular table. Okay, right. So we are not having any problem with the shift operators and these photo operators. The only thing is how little bit we require to know how we return R, R4, R5, R1, R3. Okay, reduced operator. Right. Now when come to for the particular part, this particular thing is we covered with the two examples. Now when how you return this R entries. Okay, R entries is nothing but reduced entries. Right. Now we'll see the first of E, first of T, first of F, first of this particular thing. Okay. First of this is the given grammar. We are identifying first and follows. Then we are going to identify based on the dot operator what is the first and follows. First of E is nothing but first of E plus T. Okay. E plus T function we are having. Okay. So for the first, we are having E plus T production. Similarly, for E, we are having this production also. Okay. So first of E means from from E we are getting the T. From T, once again we are getting T and F. From F we are getting ID. So first of E is nothing but ID. Similarly, first of T is the first of T. We are getting the two productions T into F and F. Okay, from this particular production, we are getting T is nothing but F, F is nothing but ID. So we are getting ID also. We are getting ID also, right? First of F, directly we are getting as ID. Okay, so first of E is ID, first of T is ID, first of F is ID, right? Now we'll see the follow of E, follow of T, follow of F. Okay, we are having here three steps. Of course, follow of S is always dollar sign. Okay, so follow of E is nothing but follow of E. Okay, so what is the E we are getting after using this particular production? After using this particular production, follow of E is nothing but we are having first of plus T, plus of first T. Okay, similarly, follow of E is nothing but okay that the dollar sign also. Okay, because the follow of E is we are having here at the end only. After E nothing is there. Follow of E is nothing but follow of S. Follow of E is nothing but follow of S. From this particular production, follow of E is nothing but first of plus T, and after using this E, nothing is there after one. So follow of E is nothing but follow of S. So follow of S is nothing. Follow of S is nothing but dollar. First of plus T is nothing but plus sign. So we are getting follow of E as plus and dollar. Similarly, follow of T. The same principle once again. After T, we are having multiplication sign and this F. So nothing but first of this multiplication therefore. So nothing but multiplication. Okay. Plus after T, nothing is there. So follow of this particular T is nothing but follow of E. Follow of E is plus and dollar. So this and this union, we are getting this particular thing. Then follow of F. Okay. In the here nothing is only we are having only one production at the right hand side. That is only P derives dot F. Nothing is after F. So follow of F is nothing but follow of T. We already calculated follow of T these signs. Okay. So we are getting these particular signs as part of this grammar first and follows. Okay. I think but we required only the follows. Okay. Right. So here the thing is I1 contains final item which derives S derives E dot. Okay, right. So it is containing this particular production S derives E. Okay, which is nothing but follow S. Follow S. Follow S is nothing but dollar sign. Okay, dollar sign. Okay, so under this I1 under dollar sign we written as accept. I1 and dollar we written as accept. Right. Next, I2 contains item E derives P dot. Okay, which is nothing but follow of E. Follow of E is nothing but plus and dollar. Okay, it is in the item I2. So wherever in the row I2, the columns plus and dollar we are written as I2. Okay, we written as I2. Okay, so R2 we written in the I2 row plus and dollar R2 written. R2 written. Okay. Similarly, here I3 contain item P derives F dot. So we are calculating follow of T. Follow of T is plus multiplication dollar in the I3 row. Okay, in the I3 row plus multiplication dollar or follow of items. So here we written as R4. Okay, okay, right. Because here follow of P we written as numbers are given as for this particular thing because we are getting this P derives F dot in the I4. Okay, right. Similarly, uh, I7 contains, so once again, I7 contains dollar. So what is the I7 contains? E plus T dot. Okay. What is the number plus E plus T dot? E plus T dot is 1. We are not given, we given it as accept first. We given as 1 here. E plus T is there. Okay. Based on the E plus T, okay, we are identifying the signs for this particular thing. Okay, E plus T. We are identifying its entries based on this E plus T identities. Wherever we are having this particular thing, it is containing the I7. In the I7, we written as R1. Okay, because this particular thing is a follow of E. Follow of E contains two items plus and dollar. Okay, this this item is containing the I7. This item is containing the I7. Okay, from it we identified follow of E. Follow of E is containing plus and dollar. Okay, that is the reason in the I7. Okay, we written as I1 plus and dollar. Okay, similarly last we are identifying T into F. The T into F we identified as third T. Also we are writing as 3 R3. Where you written R3 in the follow of T. Follow of T nothing but these three items. Okay. So in the I8 in the three items we written as R3. Okay. Right. This is the way how you are creating the SLR table. How you are creating the SLR table. From the given once again grammar, be careful. From the given grammar, we are not considering here S derives S. Only we started with the S derives E dot. We given the name for this particular thing is accept. For the remaining productions, where the dot operator is at the end, we are writing as we are writing as uh, I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Similarly, the same thing we written. The same thing we written in the table. Okay. Right. R1, R2, R3, R4, R5 is getting from these numbers. R1, R2, R3, R4, R5 are getting from these numbers. the entries are getting from follow of these numbers. The follow of these numbers, we are already getting follow of f equal to plus multiplication dollar. Follow of is nothing but less than multiplication. Follow of t is from plus multiplication and dollar calculated from this particular slide. Okay, using these entries in the rows and columns and using this as the numbers we copied in this particular table. Okay, these rows and columns are getting the follows. Okay, this number is coming from the number we given to the particular production. Okay, this is the way to create the SL